everybody, again, and welcome to New York Talk, the Scouting Report. We're looking ahead this time. It's a trip to London. We've got QPR, and it's Ben from the W12 podcast. How are you doing, Ben?
Hello. Yes, very well, thank you. How are you?
Very, very good. Nice to speak to you again. When we spoke last, it was a day or so after Cifuentes had been appointed.
Yes.
And then we also played a few days later. Talk to me about his reign so far. It's been a couple of run or two that's been decent and some wins in there. How has it been so far?
It's been good. I know that's mad to say because we're still in the relegation zone, right? But when you look at Ainsworth, who we had before, it's night and day in pretty much every aspect, and it would have been difficult to do any worse than he had done. I think he had 2 wins in 16, no home wins. We were in November. I think it was end of October. So, yeah, not. So that wasn't great, but yeah, I mean, Cifuentes has come in and he's been excellent. He's changed the style of play. We're much more difficult to beat. We haven't lost a game since he's been in charge by more than 1 goal. I think since he's been in charge, we are 9th or 10th, somewhere around there. So we're doing really well. But he's sort of damage control really for what Ainsworth did really. And he's what he's done great is he's moved on some players and put some players out that we've been crying to do for weeks before he came. Like, these players aren't good enough, and he's moved a couple on in January, and he's dropped the other players. So yeah, we play half decent football as well, which is always good.
Yeah, I was going to ask about football. So Hammarby was known for a football guy. He wants the ball on the deck, the anti-Ainsworth, I suppose.
Yeah.
So has it played out that way? What he wants you to ball on the deck kind of football?
Yes, yeah, we definitely are we're definitely a passing team. We're either, we're either got the most possession or we're not far off whoever we've played so far. So, but we will hit it long if we need to. It's not a case of one size fits all with him. I think he understands that we've got 2 massive strikers, 3 massive strikers, and to play to their strengths at times. It is to hit it long, but what he does do really well is our fullbacks play as inverted fullbacks, so they come into the centre. I wouldn't say Pep-esque, that's probably a bit OTT, but very similar kind of style. We play very wide with our wing, with Chair and Willock on the wing, and then our 2 fullbacks come right in. We'll play on the deck. But we're not. I wouldn't say that we're not like a Russell Martin team or anything like that. Probably somewhere in the middle.
Best place to be.
Yeah.
Let's look at just touch on the relegation picture. Only 1 point I do have to think it is. I've been saying this all season on our podcast that there's a few teams in the lower mid-table that have been sleepwalking. Millwall, Stoke, a couple of others. That if you can put some run together, survival is there for you. It's just a matter of just sort of almost reaching out and taking it.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we've been so close to getting out of the relegation zone so many times since the turn of the year. Literally, we've had Saturday will probably be the 4th game that if we win, the other 3 we would have definitely been out of the relegation. I mean, there's a good chance if we win on Saturday, then we'll be out of the relegation zone. So the other 3 times we've lost. So we it's another chance, I guess. We always kind of think that it won't come around again, and then here we are 2 weeks later with the opportunity. But yeah, there's always a team or 2 that just have an absolute mare of a second half of the season, isn't there? So if you can win some games, you catch them up. So we're in that position now. We've put ourselves in a really good position to get out of it. But I guess anything can happen, can't it? It's sort of 50-50 for us at the moment, I think.
You touched on home form a minute ago, Andre Ainsworth. Rotherham fans will be looking at this sort of thinking, right, this is a chance we can. The QPR are 3rd bottom. Put not a great home record.
Yeah,
it's not going to be as easy as that for us, is it? Because like I say, you've improved significantly. So I suppose the home performances have probably improved as well.
It's funny you should say that because we did our podcast yesterday and we said the opposite to that, which is this isn't going to be easy for us, right? And for the reasons that you've just said, our home form. So it's the worst home form versus the worst away form on Saturday. Yes. So like I said, anything can happen. We don't particularly do well against you guys at home historically. So that doesn't, and we don't do very well against the teams that we should win. It's always been the case for years at QPR. It does my head in. You know, no one gave us a chance going to Bristol City at the weekend because they just beat Southampton. They had in some good form, and we played them off the park. We should have been like 3 or 4-0. So you never really know what QPR you're going to get, mate. Really. So yes, there will definitely be opportunities for you to pick up a win, but I imagine it will be quite a close game. Whatever happens.
I think I agree. Let's pick out a couple of good players. Obviously, the Willock and Chair are the obvious players. Anybody else that we need to be watching out for that you think could have a good game or is playing well at the minute?
Yeah, sure. So we've got, I don't know if he'll play, but we've got Sinclair Armstrong up front. He's only 20. He's an Ireland international now, actually. He is a handful. He's quick. He's big. He causes all sorts of trouble, right? He's physical. He'll wind up. His issue is he's really raw and his finishing is not quite there, right? So he's through on goal and the chances I probably miss, but he's still really good. So he's a handful, but he might not play. I don't know. We've got Lyndon Dykes up there as well, who might play. Started at the weekend. We've got a new lad called Lucas Anderson. He's Cifuentes has brought him in from Scandinavia. He used to play for Ajax. He's I think he's 30 now, 29, 30, but he was excellent at the weekend. He's got long hair and he's very good on the ball. He's just very unfit. And we've got a young lad called Joe Hodge who's on loan from Wolves. He's pretty handy. So in the summer in January we brought in a few players and they've made a real big difference to us. Isaac Hayden's come in from Newcastle, the centre midfielder. So he's really good. He looks really good. So I'd say they're the ones to watch out for.
Brill. I want 2 predictions for you. I'll start by the easy one, the score prediction. Let's go score prediction. What do you reckon for Saturday?
Oh, mate. So my head's telling me it'll be a 1-0 Rotherham win, honestly. And I know that I am quite pessimistic anyway when it comes to QPR, but we should win, right? We're in really good form. We've got a fully fit squad. You know, we've won 3 of our last 6. We're at home, but I could just see it, mate. I had a look at your team yesterday, and it just had 1-0 Rotherham written all over it. Like your team, you've got quite some seasoned Championship players, haven't you, floating around? Jordan Hugo always scores against us, always. So if he doesn't score tomorrow, I'll be amazed. How are you boys sort of set up for?
It's going to be, I don't know. Under Richardson so far, it's been very much sit in, make things ugly, make it horrible. But against Ipswich, we just went at him. We pressed from their penalty box, put it on them, and they really, really struggled. If the 4 goals we conceded are all avoidable, they're all just there's a silly mistake in all 4 goals we conceded. Yep. So if you cut that out, I know it's a big ask because we're not very good. But if we cut that out, there's a team in there. I don't know whether we're going to go back to being dirty and horrible and make it difficult for you, whether we're going to try again and push and press and be difficult.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say you I would rather you were open and coming at us, if I'm honest. I think that would suit us better than you just sitting in and being ugly and getting a set piece goal or something like that. That's what would worry me massively. But yeah.
Yeah. The second prediction is, and this might be a tough one. Are you going to stay up? For in February, end of February, is Championship next season for you guys?
Oh, man. If I had £100, which is what we did on the pod, if I had £100 now, I would put it on us staying up. Yeah. But it's a very loose £100 and I'd be very reluctant to actually do it.
Fair enough. I have one last question, and again, this might be above what you know. There's always talk outside QPR of financial things. If you go down, is it a problem?
No, because we're close to the line, right, at the moment, and our the new accounts have all come out. Came out yesterday, I think, and I think we lost another 20 million, but I think we're still just under the line. Like we're literally very under the line. But next season, a big 30. I think it's like 26 million loss, which happened 3 seasons ago, comes off. Right. Not only that, the League One's quite different, isn't it? It's not a profitable and it's to do with it's a wage cap, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's slightly different to what you can lose and how it works out. So the rumor is if you go down, we've got some owners that are willing to spend money, it seems. So they're pumping loads of money into the club every month. So if they can spend more, then it might benefit us. But you don't want to be going down, do you? Because you just don't know when you're going to come up. So to answer your question, I think we're going to be okay. But yeah,
it's football. You never know. You never know football, do you?
No.
Brill. Thank you, Ben. We'll put the links in the show notes. If anyone wants to check out W12 podcast, do so.
Yeah.
Good luck for the season. I hope you stay up, especially if it means Sheffield Wednesday coming down. We're all for that.
Yeah. Cool.